Today we're taking a look at these NHL matches, which are happening on Wednesday, February 1st, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comments section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. Buffalo Sabres vs Carolina Hurricanes. In Wednesday night NHL action, the Carolina Hurricanes will invade the KeyBank Center to take on the Buffalo Sabres. This will be the second of a back-to-back for Carolina, who rallied from a 3-goal deficit to escape with a 5-4 overtime victory versus Los Angeles last night. The Hurricanes, 33-9-8, outshot the Kings by a 30-21 margin and improved to 17-5-2 at home. The current winning streak of the Carolina Hurricanes, 33-9-8, extended to 6 contests after the team stretched out its ongoing point run to 9 games, 8-0-1, following a 5-4 overtime triumph against the Los Angeles Kings at PNC Arena last night. Playing the first game of a back-to-back set that will take Carolina into the 2023 NHL All-Star break, the Canes saw Sebastian Aho, 22 goals, 45 points this year, bury the winner with 54 seconds left in the extra session after the team forced the bonus period, recovering from a 4-1 deficit with 3 consecutive snipes in the third frame. It was the third time in 4 games Carolina won in overtime. Buffalo has the best defense in the league this season. They rank first in goals per game and 12th in shots per game. The Sabres scored 3 goals or more in 7 of their last 9 games. Tage Thompson leads the team with 68 points. He has recorded 1 or more points in 7 out of the last 9 games. Thompson ranks 5th in points and tied for 3rd in goals in the league. Alex Tuch has 54 points and Jeff Skinner has 50 points. Carolina is on the back end of a back-to-back, and this is their 3rd game in 4 days. They will be fatigued and have difficulty slowing down Buffalo's well-rested, high-power defense. The Sabres have not played since Saturday. Buffalo has the best defense in the league this season. They rank first in goals per game. The Sabres scored 3 or more goals in 7 of their last 9 games. Tage Thompson leads the Sabres with 68 points and has recorded 1 or more points in 7 of the last 9 games. Thompson ranks 5th in points and tied for 3rd in goals in the league. Buffalo has been playing well recently, winning 5 of their last 6 games. With Carolina on the back end of a back-to-back, Buffalo will win this matchup at home. Our team pick is Buffalo on the money line. Sebastian Aho scored the game-winning goal with less than a minute remaining on assists from Brent Burns and Martin Necas. Burns started the scoring for Carolina with his 9th goal of the season. Paul Stastny, Jordan Staal, and Teuvo Teravainen all scored in the 3rd period for the Hurricanes. The Buffalo Sabres have won 6 of their previous 10 games in regulation and trail Pittsburgh by 1 point for the final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. The Sabres, 26-19-4, are the highest scoring team in the league at 3.76 goals per game and are led in scoring by RW Tage Thompson with 68 points. On Saturday, Buffalo had their 5-game winning streak snapped during a 3-2 shootout loss at Minnesota. Jack Quinn started the scoring 2+ minutes into the game for Buffalo on an unassisted goal. Zemgus Girgensons made the score 2-1 on his 5th goal of the season for the Sabres. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen made 33 saves and saw his record fall to 13-5-2 on the year. Both teams have a very good offense. Carolina ranks 11th in goals per game and 3rd in shots per game. They scored 4 or more goals in 6 of their last 9 games. Buffalo has the best defense in the league this season. They rank 1st in goals per game and 12th in shots per game. The Sabres scored 3 goals or more in 7 of their last 9 games. Tage Thompson leads the Sabres with 68 points and has recorded 1 or more points in 7 of the last 9 games. Thompson ranks 5th in points and tied for 3rd in goals in the league. The over is 8-0 in the last 10 meetings between these two teams. This will be a higher scoring game and the over will hit. Take the over, 6.5 goals. Toronto Maple Leafs vs Boston Bruins. This Wednesday, the Boston Bruins will head to Toronto to take on the Maple Leafs at Scotiabank Arena. The Boston Bruins are currently going through the toughest challenge in their season so far, as this is the first time all season that the Bruins have lost 3 games in a row. The Bruins are coming off of a tough loss this past Sunday against the Carolina Hurricanes, which resulted in a final score of 4-1. The Boston Bruins, with their historic start to the season, are by far the best team in the NHL this year, with a 38-7-5 record. They are on pace by a significant margin to break the record for the best regular season in league history. They're on a 3-game losing streak for the first time this season, after previously not even losing 2 games in a row this year. On Sunday night they got dominated on the road by the Hurricanes, losing 4-1. They got outshot 36-25 and got crushed by an expected goal rate of 5.25-1.42. The Toronto Maple Leafs have had a fantastic season as well, coming into tonight's game with a 31-12-8 record with a 24-4 record at home. They're comfortably in second place in the Atlantic, with their first round matchup for the playoffs pretty much locked in to be a rematch against the Tampa Bay Lightning. In their last game, they blew out the Capitals with a 5-1 win at home on Sunday night. As they commemorated Captain John Tavares' milestone 1000th game, they outshot the Caps 27-24 and outplayed Washington by an expected goal rate of 3.72.64. The Leafs have been fantastic on both ends of the ice as well. They're the 8th highest scoring team in the NHL, averaging 3.39 goals on an average of 31.8 shots per game. They've generated the 7th most expected goals per 60 minutes, 3.52, and the 2nd most high danger shots in the league. Toronto's power play has been great, scoring at a 24.7% rate, the 7th best in the NHL, just behind the Bruins. William Nylander leads the Leafs with 59 points and 28 goals, while Mitch Marner leads them with 41 assists. They're without last year's MVP, Austin Matthews, who's out for a few weeks with a knee sprain. Toronto's been even better defensively. They've allowed an average of just 2.63 goals per game, the 5th fewest in the NHL, on an average of 28.7 shots allowed per game. They've given up the 10th fewest expected goals per 60 minutes, 2.96, and the 15th fewest high danger shots in the league. The Leafs have killed off penalties at a 79.2% rate. Ilya Samsonov is confirmed in goal for Toronto tonight. The Bruins come into tonight's game on a 3-game losing streak, the first time they've lost 2 games in a row all season. I like them to end that losing streak on the road against Toronto and give them an edge on both ends of the ice tonight. Boston has the best defense in the NHL this season, allowing the fewest goals in the NHL and the 3rd fewest expected goals. Linus Ullmark is the best goalie in the league this season. Offensively, they've been fantastic as well, scoring the 3rd most in the league. I expect them to get their 2nd win of the season against the Leafs tonight. Take the Bruins to end their first losing streak of the season. For the past decade, the Boston Bruins have been the Toronto Maple Leafs' kryptonite. Whether it's in preseason, the regular season, and especially the playoffs. The Bruins' current losing streak doesn't necessarily mean it's time to panic, it just means that they're beatable just like every other team in the league. The Bruins will need their entire lineup firing on all cylinders if they want to take down the Maple Leafs. The Toronto Maple Leafs will enter this game against the Boston Bruins shorthanded, as it was announced earlier this week that superstar Austin Matthews will miss around 3 weeks with a sprained knee. There is no doubt that the Leafs are clearly a better team with Matthews in the lineup, but so far this season there isn't anyone in the lineup putting the puck in the net like William Nylander is right now. Nylander leads the Maple Leafs in goals this season with 28 in only 51 games played and is not only on pace to score 50, but he's also on pace to have his best season of his NHL career so far. This game lines up perfectly to me for an under, with 2 of the top defensive teams in the league facing off. Both of these teams have trended under this season, with the under going 26-21-3 in Bruins games this season and 6-2-2 in their last 10 games, and it going 27-21-3 in Leafs games. The Bruins have given up the fewest goals in the NHL, the 3rd fewest expected goals, and the 7th fewest high danger shots. The Leafs have only allowed the 5th fewest goals in the NHL. We get a great goaltending matchup with Ullmark and Samsonov, who have both been 2 of the best statistical goalies in the league this season. I expect them to battle it out defensively for a low-scoring grind of a game. Our total pick is under 5.5 goals.